Just another day that the Lord has kept me. Hey, family, this day 5 after the election. I'm here at a friend's house right now, getting a little work done. He resides here. It's very nice out here. I can envision myself living in something like this. What do you all think? Could you envision yourself living in something like this? Man, they had the boats coming through here. They fishing. I think this is the Fox River Lake. Yeah, the Fox River Lake. Beautiful, peaceful, like a whole nother world. Anyway, day 5 after the election, I believe it is. Day 5 after the election. Life seems normal. Everything's good. But my last video I sent out, and I have subsets of people who I send my videos to. Some is near family, some is foreign, other countries, and some is just other people I have met, like just in airports, making good conversation. And we develop some kind of a cordial relationship where we can communicate texting, mainly by texting. And the topic I talked about yesterday, it was interesting, and it calls for maybe a discussion needs to be had, needs to be made. Because one group of people that my messages go to, there seems agreement of some sort. We don't want 100% agreement. We just want constructive thought. And whatever your opinion, not opinion, we don't deal with opinion, but whatever your reasonable thought is, we just have to agree or to agree to disagree, but still have a cordial relationship. But there's one group of people, what I talked about yesterday, they seemed a little perturbed, disturbed, disrupted, unoriented. I don't know. And maybe the message was a little too harsh. I'm just of the belief, can't nothing affect you unless you believe it can affect you. But what I know about Christians is, the thing about Christians I don't understand is, they have all this believing and stuff that they say that they know about the book they read called the Bible, but none of that comes to fruition for them. Because if it did, they must be telling us the life they live is the best life they could ever want. In fact, the life they live in right now is comparable to heaven. They must be so happy and joyous right now if they believe what they read in the book. But my problem, it's not a problem, but what I'm beginning to understand is it a real belief based on evidences, based on assets, based on tangible, or is it a fairy belief like, okay, though it's not happening for me, doesn't mean it can't happen or it's not happening. All right, let's take it from that point. Voodoo. Voodoo only work on people who believe voodoo can work on them. If you believe voodoo can work on you, you believe it. If you believe somebody can take a chicken and make it bleed and throw it on your porch and say abracadabra, kaboo, ba 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 boo, and you get set on fire, that's because you believe you can be set on fire by that chicken being cut up and the voodoo doctor doing it. If it's a witch doctor and he throws some kind of scorpion on your porch and the scorpion is bleeding and all of a sudden blood starts leaking out your eyes, that's because you believe what that witch doctor can do with that scorpion, that blood can come out your eyes, and evidently blood come out your eyes. That's my thought. You know, if you give something power and you believe it so much, because the Bible said that your thought can become your reality. If you keep telling your brain something, whatever it is, you will become that. If you keep telling your brain you nothing, I ain't nothing, everybody say I ain't nothing, I ain't gonna never have nobody. If it wasn't for bad luck, I would have no luck. Then you're gonna continuously have that freaking bad luck. Nobody want me, nobody care about me. No matter what I do, there ain't nobody gonna care about you. Because the first step is you gotta love yourself. You have to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, why would anybody else want to love you? Why? You don't love yourself. You gotta take time to be by yourself, enjoy yourself, go to a movie by yourself, watch the movie, go to breakfast by yourself, eat a nice breakfast, take yourself to wherever you want to go, take you a trip by yourself. What we've been trained to do is not have a long time. We've been trained to check this doggone social media. What they say, some folks check it 7 hours a day, 7 hours looking on that phone of what people done said. And if 1,000 people say something good and 5 people say something bad, you know who's going to get the most attention from that individual? The 5 people that said something bad. And they going to cry. Why do everybody hate me? All that crazy nonsense. So back to what I talked about yesterday. No, when I talk about the voodoo doctor, the witch doctor, and whoever else, the anti-gods, whatever this other junk they do, they sacrifice, whatever. I don't care what they do. If you believe in what they do, have that power, and you believe it can do that, then it's going to happen to you. Just like white supremacy. White supremacy is on the exact same page as voodoo, the witch doctor, the doo-doo doctor, and all the other evil doctors. If you believe that the white supremacy can make your life a living doggone hell, then your life going to be a living doggone hell. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But if you operate on the premise that you say God is all of this and God can do all of that, I'm a child of God and everything I desire God can give me, then you should have some of that positivity of the stuff that God can do for you in your life. What's wrong? No, what's wrong? What's wrong? You know, let's talk about this. What's wrong? See, we try to talk this game about religion without no evidence because it's simple. Because we accept that when we ask God for something, this is a scripture in the Bible says, this is the confidence that I have in God, that if I ask anything in his name, with prayer and supplication, he will perform it. So if you're living in the ghetto, if you live in the country somewhere where nobody want to come to that country, or I'm talking about the country in the United States, if you're living in some rural area or some abandoned area and all of that, then that's where you want to belong. And you don't have the faith to take yourself out of that. So you get exactly what you're supposed to get. Live in your present. But if you believe that all this stuff that the Bible say, that you speak the thing that beaten down as though they were, if you believe the stuff that the Bible say, that you believe that you receive, and if you believe that you receive, you should have it. Where's the have it at? Where's the manifestation at? So if you're in a situation you're in, and it's horrific, terrible, a living hell, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. All I can tell you, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. There's no white supremacy. That day is over. It's more blacks in power than any time in the history of the world. They took the lowest of the lowest of the lowest and made them the president of the United States of America, which made them the most powerful person in the world. They had the power to change all this shit, but they didn't. What's wrong with you, man? Now change your thinking, man. Quit all the white supremacy. Man, y'all got a job paying y'all 6 figures. Y'all got houses bigger than your parents and your grandparents could ever have. Y'all living lives bigger than anybody, and we still talking about white supremacy. Nobody being lynched, nobody being tar feathered, nobody nothing. But what we're doing is continuing to put our kids in this thing called the Department of Education, which is an indoctrination till you'll never be nothing. Every metropolitan city that's considered a black metropolitan city, can't none of them jokers read from grammar school to high school to college. The college student that graduate, they ain't even got a high school reading level. They got an 8th grade reading level. If they got that, I don't think they got that. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Nobody holding you back. That's a whole trick of white supremacy, making you think it's a big jello devil out here that's holding you back. No. Your daughters and your sons got stuff you ain't gonna have. When you gonna stop it? Man, grow up, man. Grow up, be an adult, man. You are where you at because of the decision you made. If you want something different, quit making them decisions. Do something different. Do something different. Back to my premise, I started this over a year, about 18 months now, for the people that follow me. And I have a good time with foreigners than I do with my own people. Them foreigners, man, I can talk with them and talk with them, and they look as if they never heard these kind of words before, and they get some results that are incredible. But the ones I walk with daily and talk with daily, man, it's just like something wrong with me. But that's okay. Because you're not going to be able to go before God and tell God you didn't know. Nobody told me. You ain't going to be able to use that one. You ain't going to be able to use that. No, you're not. Somebody told you. Now, there's a prophet in the Bible called Jeremiah, and at the time Jeremiah was there, it was a horrific, hellish time. It was chaotic, confusion, deception at a level never seen before until this day, which is 10 times, 100 times greater than that day. Every time that Jeremiah came before the king and before that, they said Jeremiah never had nothing good to say because he was in a time where there was never nothing good to say. If you're okay with them having abortions, cutting little babies out of mama's wombs and cutting the arms off, the legs off, the fingers off, the head off, and all of that stuff and selling them parts, you're white supremacy, man. Okay, I'm going to leave you alone because I got some people listening to this. They have a hard time digesting this. This is a long video. But hey, man, change your thinking, man. You got all this stuff you got that the people in slavery praise to God that one day we will have these opportunities, that we have our own home, that we have our own job, that we will be able to vote, that we will be able to own property, that we'll be able to have our own businesses. We got everything them freaking slaves fought for. What the devil wrong with you, man? Talking about some white supremacy. I'm done.